That is kind of my version of what oxidation states are. So the one I want to show you here is hydrogen. Hydrogen is a +1. And then we're going to say what would the oxidation state of chlorine be in this case, such that the total is -1. In this video, I'm going to teach you how to determine oxidation states for different atoms in a compound. Well, I've got two different types of compounds here. I've got an ionic compound, and you know the charges of those cation and anion in there. Calcium is a +2, and then the bromide is a -1. That's ionic. But we're going to figure out oxidation numbers for, well, these are both nonmetals, right, in this molecular compound. Well, what would if this were ionic, what would the charges be? That is kind of my version of what oxidation states are. So let me show you the rules here. And these rules you'll need to memorize. They're actually pretty simple. I'm going to work through a couple examples and show you how to apply these rules. First of all, if you have an element, the oxidation number is 0. So there's chlorine in its elemental state, 0. Then when we add up compounds that are neutral, and these compounds I'm showing you are neutral, the total of the oxidation states is 0. Ions are going to be just their charge. So in this case, the oxidation number for sodium is the same as the ion charge, and then chloride, of course, is the same. Then what about a couple special ones? The one I want to show you here is hydrogen. Hydrogen is a +1. And then what would the chlorine be in this case? Well, it's going to be a -1. +1 -1 add up to 0. Okay, those are pretty simple. Let's do a couple more examples. I'm going to pause the video right here. Let's do a couple more examples and I'll illustrate the other rules. So when we have polyatomic ions, which is what I have in this case, they are going to add up to the charge of the ion. So in this case, we have all -1 polyatomic ions. And then the other one I want to show you is we've got oxygen is a -2 in most cases. So let's get started here. Oxygen is a -2. And then we're going to say what would the oxidation state of chlorine be in this case, such that the total is -1. Well, in this case, the chlorine is a +1. So +1 -2 is going to equal a -1. See how this works? All right, let's roll to the next one. It's going to be something different, right? I've got oxygen. It's still a -2. So that's 3 of them. That's -6. So the chlorine in this case must be a +5 to add up to -1. Last example, I've still got oxygen at a -2, and there are 4, so that's -8. The chlorine must be a +7. A little practice for you. Hopefully this shows you the rules and how to apply them.